Some people think I'm an alien. Not true. And even the base Model 3 will do 0 to 60 miles an hour or 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in less than 6 seconds. At Tesla, we don't make slow cars. Okay, do you want to see the car? Yeah! Well, we don't have it for you tonight. I'm just kidding, of course. It's April Fool's somewhere. All right, let's bring them out. Suddenly, Neuralink will have this incredible neural lace and start taking over people's brains. Okay. It will take a long time. And you'll see it coming. So you have no wires poking out of your head. Very, very important. So it's basically Bluetooth to your phone. Because we'll have to watch the App Store updates for that one. Make sure we don't have a driver issue. Updating. We have made a monkey has been able to control the computer with its brain. Just, FYI.
I didn't realize we were running that result today, but there it goes.
The monkey's going to come out of the bag, so
6 kids.
Yes, for now.
How much time do you spend with them?
I spend about as much time as they want to spend with me. So,
Would they? Yeah.
I mean, they're not. Well, one's just a baby, and the others are 14 and 16, and teenagers don't usually want to hang out with their parents that much, we just had Thanksgiving weekend, so all the kids were over. So, if they want to spend more time with me, I say, like, I actually asked them, are you sure we don't want to hang out more? They're like, no. So I think it's probably the right amount then, since they don't want to hang out more.
Why is music so important for you? Techno music in particular?
Well, it's pretty fun. I think it's, you want to, feel maximum human, And so I think when people have sort of rave and good music, it can be like, hey, maximum human, You want to really feel, it's like what it really gets you to feel, And I think that, having fun with friends and, just crazy dancing is fun.
Perhaps your love for techno music is the secret reason why you are building big projects in Berlin.
Honestly, it's a significant factor.
AI is a fundamental existential risk for human civilization, and I don't think people fully appreciate that. It's not fun being regulated. It's not, it can be pretty irksome, but in the car business, we get regulated by Department of Transport, by EPA, and a bunch of others. And there's regulatory agencies in every country. In space, we get regulated by FAA. But if you ask the average person, hey, do you want to get rid of the FAA and just take a chance on manufacturers not cutting corners in the aircraft because profits were down that quarter? I was like, hell no. That sounds terrible. So there'll certainly be a lot of job disruption. Because what's going to happen is robots will be able to do everything better than us. I'm including, all of us, Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what to do about this. The sun is gradually expanding, and in about, roughly 500 million years, maybe a billion years at the outside, the oceans will boil, and there will be no meaningful life on Earth. It might be like some, chemotrophs or ultra-high temperature bacteria or something, but nothing that can make a spaceship.
Maybe this is one of those things. Maybe we should realize that you can't hit the switch on something that's going to be able to think for itself and make up its own mind as to whether or not it wants to survive or not, and whether or not it thinks you're a threat, and whether or not it thinks you're useless. Like, why do I keep this dumb, finite life form alive? Why keep this thing around? It's just stupid. It just keeps polluting everything, shitting everywhere it goes, lighting everything on fire and shooting each other. Why would I keep this stupid thing alive? Because sometimes it makes good music, You know, sometimes it makes great movies, sometimes it makes beautiful art, and sometimes it's cool to hang out with. Like
Yes, all those reasons.
Yeah, for us, those are great reasons.
Yes.
But for anything objective, standing outside, like, oh, this is definitely a flawed system. This is like if you went to the jungle and you watch these chimps engage in warfare and beat each other over
Chimps
the
are
head with
mean.
sticks. They're fucking real
They're
mean.
freaking mean.
They're real mean.
I saw that movie Chimpanzee. I thought it was going to be like some Disney thing. I was like, holy cow.
What movie was that?
It looks pretty cool, Chimpanzee.
Who is it? A documentary?
Yeah, it's kind of like a documentary. I was like, damn, these chimps are mean.
They're mean.
Yeah, they're cruel.
Yeah, they're calculated.
My name is
yeah.
Vicente.
Yeah.
And my question is, are there any natural resources on Mars right now that a colony would be able to use? And if so, how would SpaceX go about extracting those natural resources when the time comes?
Well, I think any natural resource extraction on Mars would be, the output would be for Mars. Like, it definitely wouldn't make sense to transport stuff 200 million miles back to Earth. Honestly, like if you had like crack cocaine on Mars, like in pre-packaged, pallets, it still wouldn't make sense to transport it back here. Maybe good times for the Martians, but not back here. With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out. I'm a big fan of using physics as a analytical framework for physics. Yeah. Physics is true. Everything else is debatable, and even physics is questionable. And often I'll be told, but you could get more payload if you made it expendable. I say, yes, you could also get more payload from an aircraft if you got rid of the landing gear and the flaps, and just parachute it out when you got to your destination. But that would be crazy, and you would sell 0 aircraft. So reusability is absolutely fundamental. It's also intended to be able to service the space station. I know it looks a little big relative to the space station. But the shuttle also looked big. So it'll work.
Hi, I'm Manu. I'm a sophomore at Stanford. And all of your work has been bringing people from place A to B in the fastest and the most environmentally friendly manner. There's also another kind of research happening in the Valley where people are trying to avoid transportation at all. We call it virtual reality, right? So I can be in my dorm and I can see you speaking with the same level of contact on my Oculus Rift as I am here right now taking the Caltrain or the Tesla or even a SpaceX rocket in the future. How do you think will virtual reality tie in the future of transportation which you are working on? Thank you.
Well, maybe we're in a simulation right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Sometimes feels like
so
that.
let's talk about the Tesla. I have a Tesla.
Yeah.
Okay, and I love it. I love it. You've got a new thing that you think people are going to want for their Tesla. Jim, can we show the footage of this? I think it's called, this thing is the power arm. Yeah. That is an extremely...
It's our SnakeBot charger.
It's a snake charger that automatically plugs into your car when you get home.
This looks a little wrong,
That really looks like the thing that jacks into the back of Neo's head in The Matrix.
Right.
All right? Is that thing going to attack me in my sleep?
I wouldn't, for the prototype at least, I would recommend not dropping anything when you're near it. I'd like to thank you for leaving crazy person out of the description. That's also when the internet started to happen. And I thought, well, I can either pursue this technology where success may not be one of the possible outcomes, which is always tricky, or participate in the internet and be part of it. So I decided to drop out. Now, obviously, fortunately, we're past graduation, so I can't be accused of recommending that to you. So did some internet stuff. Did a few things here and there. One of which
Another
was PayPal.
thing that you are talking about is you sincerely think that we should go to Mars. Like that men and women should go to Mars.
Yeah.
Why do we want to go to Mars? It's uninhabitable.
It's very inhospitable. That's true.
It is. Like, you have to be in, like, domes and everything, and you're just breathing.
Initially domes. Yes.
Really? How long before we could turn Mars into someplace where we could live?
It is a fixer-upper of a planet. At first, you're going to have to live in transparent domes, but eventually...
Yes, we're going to be huffing each other's stank.
Yeah, but eventually you can transform Mars into an Earth-like planet.
How would you do that?
You'd warm it up. Just warm it up. If you
with
want,
a blanket or with what? How would you warm Mars up? You know, it's a long way away from the sun.
There's the fast way and the slow way.
Okay. Give me the fast way.
The fast way is drop thermonuclear weapons over the poles.
You're a supervillain. That's what a supervillain does.
So that was how things started out. And then as I learned more, and I went to, speaking of crazy things, went to Russia 3 times to negotiate a deal to buy a couple of the largest ICBMs in the Russian fleet. A strange experience.
How do you even get into that negotiation?
Well, you talk to people who know people, and pretty soon you're talking to the Russian rocket forces, and they. It turns out Russia's quite a capitalist society, so, but it definitely has had some weird meetings in places that I swear they looked like a sanitarium or something. I don't know. It was very odd.
We keep going back to the theme of crazy.
Yeah. Seriously, this place had padded walls.
I'm hopeful there will be multiple colonies on Mars. There's certainly, from a SpaceX standpoint, there's nothing, we don't aim to do anything sort of on an exclusionary basis. We're just trying to get there. And then I think, we'd love to have that debate. We'd be like, oh, is it too American? Okay. Maybe. Okay, but we've got this awesome base on Mars. Who cares?